you guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me check to make sure before I start, however. Testing. Okay. I just wanted to come on and touch on a few things. I haven't gone live in a while, so I said let me go live today. Um, Now, I guess I'll start with this whole TD Jakes story, only because I have a video that I created already. I just haven't put the video up yet, and some people are saying that he is losing members to at his church, the Potter House, because of his sermon, right? About we are raising women to be men. Um, and so, oh, I didn't even put the. And so, I just wanted to touch on this really fast. And this is all allegedly, because personally, I don't believe the stories. There's a couple people saying this. Even on TikTok, there's a couple people kind of reporting that he is losing women from his church. And you guys know a large percentage of women make up the congregations in these churches across the country, right? And so what's left of it, because I think, it's definitely not what it used to be. And I think most people get that. Um, Now, if you're just down for whatever it is that these people have going on in these buildings, then it's a way, it's what you want to do, and that's why you're there. But I feel like, well, I'm going to put my video up. I'll say that. I am going to put my video up, and that sermon wasn't about what people are saying it was about, first of all. And, I'm sure I'm not the only person who figured that out, because I'm sitting here going like, okay, so it's Father's Day. Why would he direct his conversation to women anyway, right? And as I thought, it was directed to men. But what people are doing, they're taking that little moment of what he said and they're running with it. And then at the same time, I can see how some people are going to find, regardless of what the sermon was about, they're still going to find the statement problematic. And I don't really touch on that because personally, I do believe what he's saying as well, to an extent. But there are people, um, everyone's extremely sensitive today, and there are a lot of people who are going to take offense to what he said, right? I don't know that I necessarily believe that those type of women were in his church anyway. And this is why I'm saying I don't necessarily believe that he lost members over that. I think that certain people, it's just hard to explain. So I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to talk about this in my video. And I also added a few more sound bites of what he was really talking about in that video. I mean, during that sermon, excuse me, I added it to my video. So you guys are going to hear with the context of what he really was talking about. And like I said, even when you put it in context, some people are still going to find what he was saying problematic based on their lifestyles. And so I'll just word that way. I just wanted to touch on that because I was kind of tickled by seeing that story yesterday. People saying that he is losing people um, from his church. And so, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that really fast, but I am going to put my video up. I'll try to get it up today. So the other story that I wanted to touch on that's going on right now is this whole story about Wendy Williams. Now, you guys know, and I put the video in one of my videos. It's up with Mace on the cover, and Wendy's also on the thumbnail. So if you guys want to watch that video, you can see her showing the ring while she's sitting in this car, right? And so Wendy is the type of person who wears jewelry. Like, I didn't look at that ring when she started showing the ring and go, oh, she's married. I never thought that. If you guys were thinking that, let me know in the comments. But I wasn't thinking in those terms. I was thinking maybe she was just decided to wear a ring that she haven't worn in a while, or maybe she went out and purchased one, right? Now, allegedly, her money is still supposed to be somewhat tied up with Wells Fargo, but I think they started releasing some of it to her. But I don't know. But anyway, Jason Lee, who is known to, I guess, drop some exclusives. And I think that some people tend, which is kind of, I hate to use the word dangerous, but for a lack of a better word, because he is on the inside, he is rubbing elbows with these celebrities. I think some people find him credible simply because of that fact, which that does not necessarily mean that he is credible because he's friends with celebrities, right? Especially when he's talking about people that he may not necessarily be friends with. Even though I believe he has a relationship with Wendy, he kind of put it out there that she is married to a police officer. So I want to let you guys hear. Do I have the? Oh, I didn't even put the other video on here. But I'm gonna let you guys hear the story that he posted on Hollywood Unlocked. Okay, and then I'll come back.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
So yesterday when you called me and said that you were married, I posted that, right? And now some guy named Will is talking to Page 6 saying it's bullshit, making me look crazy out here.
No, everybody seems to have a problem with that. I'm married.
So is the problem that they don't want people to know you're married, or they didn't want you to tell me you're married?
I'm married. I don't care who knows it. I'm married.
Okay. Well, I fuck with you the long way. I'm always look out for you. I just don't know what Will is doing or why he's out there trying to discredit me, but that shit pissed me the fuck off.
Because Will sees no point in me getting married. But you know what? Fuck Will. 14 years I've known him. And I've always said fuck him in a good way.
Right. Right.
I didn't know what podcast was. He put me on podcast. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do?
Listen, if you want somebody to help you with a podcast, I mean...
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay. I'm just...
I will for that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. If you're comfortable with him, cool. But he needs to watch his mouth. He better keep my name out of his mouth with that bullshit. And he talking about he's your official rep. That's what he told Page 6.
He is.
Okay. Well, somehow he need to get on the same page with you then, because clearly, you talked to me and I said what I said. So I don't know him, but...
It's okay.
All right. Well, I wanted to make sure you knew.
It's okay. Okay,
See you
bye.
this weekend. Bye.
So yeah, as you can hear, he recorded her. Now, I'm not sure if she was aware that he was recording her. Some people were creating commentary around that, about the fact that maybe she didn't know about the recording. Because maybe she's just telling Jason Lee that, maybe she just wanted to put that out there to certain people, right? I don't know. But if you guys are familiar with Wendy and Wendy's show, if you guys remember, there was always this taller, anybody taller than her is tall, tall black guy that was kind of security for her while they're on the show, and he may have worked for her outside of the show as well. Do you guys remember that? Like seeing the guy, because sometimes she would bring him up and she would put the camera on him. And I'm assuming that's who they're trying to say she's married to, because I think he was like a police officer or military or something. It was something that, I don't know, but I think that's what they're talking about. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And then he, um, page 6 reported, and I put this in my community tab. Page 6 reported that is in fact not true. She's not married. Now I'm going to get into this whole marriage stuff about the good Bishop Whitehead, with King Jives, because King Jives, who is here on YouTube as well, King Jives Show, he was saying that he was looking into, because like I told you about, a lot of this stuff is public record. People can go and look certain things up if they want to. I don't really know that they give you a person's marriage license information unless you're related to the person, but there's ways to get things, I'm just going to leave it out there. Anyway, I feel like Jason, for him to have the reputation that he has, like I said, because he has relationship with these celebrities, people would want to think that he's credible, right? And I feel like he should have looked into that before he put that out there. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. Like, he has ways of looking into these things. He has ways probably of reaching out to people close to Wendy to find out if that is in fact true, that she was married to this guy, before he ran that story, unless they just wanted to run it like that just to kind of keep her name out here. I don't know. Um, people doing all kind of stuff these days. Okay. But I'm gonna let you guys listen to what he had to say this morning. This is Jason Lee.
So I'm waking up to page 6 and TMZ out there trying to discredit my name. Y'all playing on my name again. And now I got to fuck this internet up just so that way I'm not the one to play with. Y'all know I'm the king of this shit. And so here we go. Since you want to say I'm not telling the truth about a story, watch what I drop on Hollywood Unlocked. And go run that. I'm going to make all you bitches my sons this morning. All of y'all. Watch everybody pick it up. Bitch, stop playing on my name.
So yeah, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that Wendy went and eloped with someone. When she started dating the other guy, she put it out here, right? Why would she not put that out there? And then it was someone that we were familiar with, like if it is the guy from her show, like that guy had been working for her for 13 years, however long her show was on the air. So if you are going to marry someone that people are familiar with, don't you think she would have told us herself? Would that not make sense? And so the story don't make sense to me, unless this guy is somebody else. I don't know. Wendy is not posting any such thing about being married on any of her social media pages, and her fan pages are not posting anything like that. Let me check this out real quick. Yeah, there's nothing on her fan pages. Wendy's Brew, nothing like that about her being married. So no, it's not. There's nothing about Wendy being married anywhere online. Page 6, and I put this in my community tab, said that is not true. Now we understand the real journalist can go and pull certain things, right, a lot faster than we can, right? They probably have connections in many places. So, and you have to get a marriage license in order to get married in this country. Okay. Now, according to Wendy's brother, Wendy has been in Miami and then she went back to New York. And he just put this up like less than 3 or 4 days ago. So, where did she go out of the country if you guys are trying to use that and go and get married to somebody? Like, I think that Jason has to do better. I would say Armand as well, but not as much as Jason, right? Because I think people want to believe that he's credible. Now, he already put this stuff out here about this queen, the queen being deceased, and she wasn't. So he should be careful of the stuff that he's saying, because it's making it look like a Tasha K type situation where you're not credible, and then you're gonna find yourself having to build people's trust back up. Because personally, I don't believe anything that's coming from him or from Armand at this point. Because some people really feel that Armand may have something to do with this fake account. Well, it was actually several fake accounts about Nicki Minaj, and he's maintaining that he has nothing to do with it. If anything, it's probably fans that are doing it. So I don't know, right? I don't know, but like I said, if they really wanted to know who was behind the account, they can look into it and they can find out who's behind it. And I think Armand was trying to say that it was probably Cardi's fans, some of Cardi's fans or something that was doing that. And this is why they were attaching themselves to him. And now since I've on to Armand, let me get into Armand. Um, he is out here saying a whole lot of stuff, right? He, of course, went live a couple times yesterday. He's back. And, he was doing his normal commentary, entertainment commentary. And so he touched on the whole Nicki Minaj thing again and the Cardi thing. He started saying all this really ridiculous stuff about Nicki's just upset because Cardi's that girl, and doing the whole stand thing, right? And what else did he say? You know, he was saying a bunch of stuff, and then he started saying something about she's just jealous because Cardi, is good looking, and she has real competition now. First of all, there's a lot of girls out here, and Cardi. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not a mean spirited person, but she is not out looking. I'll just be nice about it. She's not out looking nobody, okay, in hip hop. It's a lot of gorgeous girls that are out here now. So she's not out looking nobody. Um, if we're going to tell the truth, the population in this country has shifted, okay, which means that people are trying to capitalize off of that. And that's really the truth of the matter. But she's not out looking nobody. And Nicki is a legend, and I've already said that she doesn't have to compete with any of these girls, to be really honest. Just like Little Kim don't, and Little Kim is still going to be who she is. And so Nicki is at that point now. Why she wants to stay relevant in hip hop is probably her own ego, and she has a right to that, right? And that's it, and that's all. It's no right or no wrong about that. If she still can produce music and have a fan base want to get into her music, then it is what it is. I'm speaking of Nicki, but she's not losing anything to anybody because there's a Megan, because there's a Lotto, because there's a Cash Doll or a Dream Doll or all the dolls, or a Flo Millie or anybody else that's out here. She's not losing anything because these girls are here. Okay. And so he spews a lot of nonsense over there to the Armon Wiggins show. Um, but I get it. Maybe he, like a lot of people are saying, maybe he is on payroll, and so he has to say all these things about his queen. Um, but that's your queen, honey, and let's be clear about that. But yeah, like that didn't even make sense what he was trying to say, and it was kind of insulting that he's trying to say, "Oh, like everybody else is ugly," uh, because Cardi is in the room. Like, please cut it out. Please cut it out. And then he went into this whole thing, which is, is he's, listen, I don't know if you guys follow Armon. Armon had lost subs. So it's Tasha K. Like Tasha K lost subs too around the that whole Jaguar right situation. And Armon have as well. He has lost subs by saying all this racially toned ignorant stuff towards black women. And like a lot of people tell him, you look just like the women you talking about, boo boo. Okay, so that kind of says how you feel about yourself at the end of the day. And I'm not even trying to be funny about that. Like anytime you hear anybody that's bad mouth the people that look like them, like if you stand them next to them, they could be in the same family. They have a problem with themselves that they don't want to tell you about. Now, you can think it's funny and all that, kikiing, because you think you're making some other people laugh, or you're gaining points with them, or you're up there behind in hopes of some type of career somewhere if you want to. But like the Wiley Show was saying, right now you're a YouTuber, okay? You're a YouTuber, just like everybody else on here. Some people have huge platforms, some people don't. But you're still on YouTube with us. And a lot of these black girls that are clicking on your channel, they don't have to. They don't owe you that. And I don't know who you think you're talking to that you're going to insult people like that and think that they're going to continue to come to your platform. And Cardi B, like the Wiley Show said, let me start some mess. As a black girl, honey, let me put this mess in. As the Wiley Show said, people don't have to come to your channel. They do not have to come to your channel at all. And Cardi B is not going to run in to save you. Okay? She's not going to bring the Latina community in to save you. Okay? So be very clear and be very cautious of the nonsense that you're doing. Because he was over there once again, because he's done this before. I think he was calling the girl from Basketball Wives a gorilla or an ape or something. And I barely knew who he was at that time. And that's when Storm Monroe got in his ass, and that's why he don't like Storm. Uh, Now Storm, he trying to be a nice boy, but he can give these people if he really wanted to. And now that he's out of that contract, like I said, we don't know. He may flip back into that Storm. I don't know. But yeah, he had to really check Armand about that. And like a lot of people were saying, and he called Tasha a gorilla and something out of her name as well, and Jaguar, right? But you look like these women. You look just like them. If y'all could be at the same family reunion. So if they look like gorillas, then that means you look like one as well. And what are you getting out of putting that out to the non-black community, saying stupid stuff like that? And then when somebody runs up on you talking to you crazy like that, please don't try to come put that person on blast as if they're being racist towards you. It's stuff like that. Like it's people like that. Like you can't get nothing from me when you're out here acting a certain way. It's kind of like that Terry Crews thing. Anything happened to Terry Crews, that's on you, boo. And that's just for real. That's on you. Anything in this life, I don't want to hear nothing about it. Because when you take these nasty attitudes like that, knowing the type of country you live in, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. You're going to be standing by yourself. And it's just time for black women to stop backing people that don't back you, right? At the end of the day. Plain blanket, period. Now, he's quick to start going into all that disrespectful stuff because I really feel like you could talk about Khia without calling her roaches and gorillas and all that nonsense like that. You could talk about anybody without calling them out of their name like that. And I guess in his own little way, he's trying to kind of validate or clean up in some kind of way the stuff that Cardi has said about Black women in the past in some audio that's been out here. So I guess that's what he's trying to do with that, even though he has done it himself in the past, and that's why he was losing subscribers, because he was saying stuff like that. And it's like, some of these women that's listening to your channel, they might look like Khia, they might look like Tasha K, right? And so you're saying all this stuff, and then they're thinking, okay, well, if he think that about Tasha K, he would think that about me as well. So why would I give him this click so his ass can get paid off of it? When I can go get these clicks to somebody that's respectful, right? Because there's plenty of Black women on here that's giving entertainment news, right? And talking the talk or whatever y'all choose to call it about people. You can go over there to Storm Monroe's platform if you wanted to hear that. You could go to the Wiley Show. It's several other people out here. You can go to Queen Tulsa. You can go to, it's a bunch of other people, the original King Payne. It's a bunch of other people out here. They don't have to waste their time with you. And so, yeah, he kind of irritates me with that. Like, and then, to sit there and act as if all the girls in hip hop are just ugly. A Cardi B coming in and running looks. It's like, child, go somewhere with that nonsense, okay? Please go somewhere with that. And you and Jason's integrity is really on the line, not just with this Nicki Minaj fake account. And I hope that don't come back to him. But also lying about Wendy if she's not married. And Wendy, like I said, could have been saying that to Jason for her own reasons, right? To see if he was going to put it out there, right? To see if he's trustworthy in that way. But I'm sure Page 6 have ways of verifying if Wendy is married or not, right? You guys get it? Like, so let me move on. Since I'm talking about marriage, to, this is, I guess that's the video where he's going in on Khia about, I guess Khia said something about Beyonce, because Beyonce worked with, she used a snippet of, I guess, something that T.S. Madison had said, right, in one of her, I guess, lives or one of her videos. And so it's on one of Beyonce. I think it's on Cozy. T.S. Madison is on Cozy, like at the beginning of the song or somewhere in there. And so Khia, I guess, said a bunch of stuff about Beyonce, which Khia has been saying a bunch of stuff about Beyonce over the years anyway. So it's nothing new, right? She said saying how she feel about everyone. But I think calling people, names and stuff, it's just a lot. It's a lot when people do stuff like that. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how people respond to Armon about doing that. Because like the Wiley Show is saying, the tarot card channel is not working. I didn't say it. The Wiley Show said it. It's not working. So, he had to come back with a vengeance on that entertainment channel. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comments. And then the other story that I wanted to touch on, and I'm not going to stay on this very long, the good bishop, because the good bishop he's the gift that keeps on giving, right? I'm talking about Bishop Whitehead, Lamar Whitehead. Like, I was on John P. Key's Instagram page last night, and he and a bunch of other people from the gospel world were kind of, commenting on the prayer closet, right? I thought that was really interesting, like names that I was seeing over there. But yeah, and I said that already in my video. There's a reason for you to throw your wealth up in people's face. I think you could have on a nice outfit, that's expensive, and people probably still will say he look like money, right? Without you having the big Gucci sign on and the big Fendi sign. But like you said, he could do whatever he want to do. But like a lot of people were saying, there's consequences that come along with all of this stuff, because it's real out here. It's very, very, very real out here. People following people home, people, figuring out where people live, people setting people up with women, people setting people up with all kind of other stuff to set you up. And it's a lot, and none of it's new. It's been going on for years. But when people see people acting a certain way, they feel like a certain way about them, right? And it is what it is. I think it's just, be smart about what you're doing, right? Yeah, you should be grateful. You should be grateful and happy to be in a position that you're in. No one's saying that. No one's saying you can't wear what you want to wear. But why you got a Gucci suit on? Why you giving the sermon? I don't know, right? And then he reenacted the whole situation when he was robbed Sunday as well. A lot of people were talking about that. King Jives was talking about, however, I put the video up because he and Larry Reid have some whole battle, and I said that before too. I don't really get what's going on between him and Larry Reid. Like, why are you guys? It's so personal. Like, a lot of people are commenting on the bishop, but I don't feel a personal connection to him to where I'm getting ready to call the FBI on the man. Like, you know, that's just not my business to do all of that. And to be honest, he's already all over mainstream media. So you can let mainstream media handle him. He's been on, I see CNN talking about him, New York Post, and all the rest of these platforms that are, real media. They are talking about him as well. And so let them handle all of that, investigating and all that stuff. Why would you step out as a YouTuber, and you're supposed to be a minister yourself, on top of all of this, and start, trying to set somebody up to go down for whatever it is you think they're supposed to go down for? I don't know. I think that's a bad look on Larry Reid. That's just my opinion. But like King John just said, they're acting like something else is going on between them. And I said that already myself. They're both giving me, they're giving, they're giving flames, honey. Like, they're giving like the passion is gone or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I felt like King Drive said, fire and desire. They give it fire and desire. I don't know what's going on with all of that. But I digress. But they going back and forth. And then he went and he interviewed with Fat Joe yesterday as well. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that. And I thought I had a clip, but I don't see it now. Yeah. But anyway, I'll just tell you what he was talking about. He was saying that Fat Joe was saying, well, why are you wearing all this stuff in that community, in front of people who may not have the things that you have? And he was saying, well, who told y'all that? Who told y'all that the people in my church don't have what I have, right? He said that he is a prosperity preacher. So he teaches, he speaks from the place of prosperity, of wealth, or whatever. So he's trying to say that people that are in his, so the robbers really should have went in there and cleared everybody out, right? If they saw all these rich people sitting up in there, they should have just cleared the whole place out, right? I'm not wishing that on nobody. So please don't take my words and turn it into nothing that I didn't say. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go in and rob some, why would you go straight to him and just take jewelry from him and his wife, unless it was, something else going on with that. But why not hit everybody in the church? Like, if everybody's sitting in there with all this money, because that's what he's saying. Like, he's not preaching to the community. And he's also saying that the community where the rental place that he's renting sits is not in the hood. So I don't know. Like I said, like a lot of people were saying, it looks hood to us. But I don't live in New York, and it is certain, like, even in Atlanta, there's places like that. You can go 2 blocks away and you're in a nice neighborhood, and then 2 blocks you're in going south, you're in the hood, right? Literally. And so yeah, I guess it could be a situation like that where he is not really sitting where people think it is, just based on the way it looks from that outside of the building. Now, that's what he's saying. I don't know. I don't live in New York. I am not familiar with that area at all. And so I have no clue what's going on with his church or where it is. Um, and I was looking at some pictures that somebody put up, and I see that he had the Haitian flag, the Haitian flags hanging out there. Like Tyreek Nasheed would say, this is not us. As long as people know this is not Black America. This is not the Black people of America doing this. Because, like I said before, when I was going to church 3 or 4 times a week, like Bible study, choir rehearsal with people, and, visiting other churches with our church. And I never saw anything like this. I didn't see anything like this. And yeah, ministers can have money. People in your church, yeah, they're going to have money, right? We understand that. We get that. But it's a way to conduct yourself and to carry yourself, right? Just have a little, just gumption about yourself, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. And King Jives was also saying, I think I wrote this in my, that he is not married, that he may not be married to the first lady. I think her name is Asia. Asia is his. Well, I don't know if that's his wife or not. I thought she had a wedding ring on, but maybe it's an engagement ring. Because, like I was saying, when you go back on his videos, he started talking about the ex-wife. That was just earlier this year. That was earlier this year. So, and he has a wife with this, with the wife now, the lady now. So I don't know if he was cheating on the wife with this wife or what the deal is. And maybe he's now engaged to her. Maybe they're not married yet. He's not traditional in any sense, and certainly not following nothing in the Bible. He's certainly not a man that is trying to set an example for young boys looking at him. He's certainly not that, or young men looking at him. He's certainly not that in any way, shape, or form. Because he's not somebody that I would try to prop my son in front of as a role model. You flinging women in and out of the pulpit as the first lady. You got on the Gucci and got folks coming in here robbing. And then somebody on TikTok was saying that was not the first time. And I wish can I find that video really fast? Because I forgot about that. Some guy on TikTok was saying that wasn't the first time that he was robbed.
Hi guys, come get.
That wasn't the first time that he was robbed. So he's been robbed before. And why he don't get why he's getting robbed is beyond me. But yeah, let me see if I can find that video really fast. I'm gonna put the music on.
Say this to y'all. Don't worry about what people say. You just don't understand. Stay fresh. Do you. Allow God to bless you.
Get all the facts. Pastor Lamar Miller Whitehead is a real estate agent. That's why he had no that money. But we're going to keep that to the side. Yesterday, this man got robbed in broad daylight at his church. Over $400,000 in jewelry. Now, if you've ever seen this man preach, he always has on a chain.
Why you shouldn't be so flashy out here on these social media streets. How many
Yeah, so I can't find it, so I don't want to hold up the.
Is being accused of stealing $90,000 from one of his parishioners.
Yeah, I can't.
Bishop Lamar Whitehead, who has been causing a mass amount of controversy on the.
It's somewhere. They was like, again, he got robbed again. So I was like, oh, so he's been robbed before. I don't know. I don't know what to make of all of that. But this is just my thing. I do feel like people need to allow the real media, the real whoever agency, because he reported a robbery. The police are going to look into that. They're not just going to take his word for it. They're going to look into the story. They're going to come to their own conclusions about things themselves. They're going to try to catch these people to get their account on what happened or what's going on. Now, some people are reporting that they will never get caught. I don't know, because they're saying that he has a relationship with the mayor, what's his name, Eric Adams, and that he ran for some type of office himself last year or the year before. He ran for some type of office for the city there. So I don't know. I just feel like the church for him is some type of front. Do you guys get that feeling? It just feels like he's using this whole church thing as a front. And to be honest, why not just, if you're so of the world, why not just go and build you a whole real estate investment empire, right? Like, why not just go and get off into that, find yourself some investors, build some communities up or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Why go into the church and then he was caught, quoting some scripture and everybody was calling him about that wasn't the scripture, right? Did you guys see that video as well? It's so much stuff out here about him, but yeah, he was quoting some scripture from Proverbs and it actually wasn't a Proverbs scripture, and so he even came back and tried to correct himself about it. I just don't think that that's what he is really saying. That's not his calling. I guess I should put it that way. I don't really feel like that he was called to lead a church. I think that he's putting himself in that position because he feel like, well, I can do it. I could go out and rent a building and throw a robe on. I could go get whatever background I have to get to become a minister, a preacher, a bishop, or whatever. I can go and do that because I can, and it's like he's just doing this because he can do it. It's not because he feels called by God to do this. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it, but I do feel like people should not insert themselves into trying to get the man arrested or all this stuff. I don't know, because he was also saying that when I put the video up, you guys can hear him for yourself in the video, but he was saying that this whole story about he owes somebody $90,000 is not true. So I don't know what's true or what's not. thought that somebody was saying that they were trying to interview the lady. Now, I don't know if Tasha K, since she now has interviewed him, she may be biased. She may not want to go any further with all of that, but maybe somebody else would try to interview the lady. Because is this lady even real, right? Is she even real? I don't know. I haven't seen the story from her as of yet. And he's saying that it's not true. Then Larry is just kind of putting that out there. I don't know if that Larry started that though, but I don't know. I don't know who started it. But he's saying that that is not true, that he did not take $90,000 from anyone. And if he took money from somebody, he would have given it back to them. I'm still trying to find this video because the guy was like, oh my God, he was robbed again. I was like, oh, Lord. But yeah, you're telling people where you are. You're telling people, your cars you drive. Everybody, they know what to look for when they looking for a bishop, right? When they looking for you, they know what to look for because it's all out here. And some things are just better kept to yourself, right? I don't know. I can't.
Video shows New York pastor being robbed at gunpoint. While live streaming his service, Bishop Lamar Whitehead of Brooklyn's Leaders of Tomorrow.
Oh, that was from the news conference.
Big Daddy TikTok is mad that you guys are all giving me so much attention. So I'm going to go ahead and do this whole story again.
Anyway, that was Pinky. The way.
Oh, I did not want to have to make security. Like, look what that verse says. The saints.
Anyway, I can't find it, but yeah, so I'll try to find it. And if I find it, I'll probably put it up in my shorts. But yeah, the guy was like, he was robbed again. But yeah, he was telling Fat Joe that people in his church have money. And it's not so much if Fat Joe didn't say anything. Like, maybe Fat Joe's familiar with the neighborhood since he is there in New York. I don't know. But he didn't really say anything in response to what he was saying. My whole thing is, it's not even so much about your members. You pulling this car up out here where people may not. You still could be pulling this car up in the neighborhood, and maybe those people just don't come to your church. And it's the church right next door to him as well, because he's actually in an event space. He's not actually in a church. This is an event space that he's renting, and I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. It really is. And I really don't know what's going on between him and Larry Reed. And then he said in the video that I put up yesterday that Larry and some NBC show approached him about doing the show. And he said no, he wasn't interested in doing the show. So I don't know. Maybe he is looking for something by way of the entertainment industry, right? Like some people said, he reminds them of Lil Baby and Da Baby and all these people, right? So I don't know. Yeah, because he need to get a church stuff up. That's just how I feel about it. And then King Giles was also saying that they think the wife might be upset, or the fiance. I don't know if she's his wife or fiance. She might be upset about all of this and how it's going, because she kind of just went. She haven't said anything about it on her Instagram page. She just went back into praying and talking about the word. She did not start doing interviews. She haven't said one thing. You almost forget that she was there with him, right? I'm speaking of his wife or fiance, whichever she is. And so, people are wondering what's going on with that as well. Like, they didn't make any joint statements. It's like all of this is on him. All of this is about him, right? And it's about him and Larry Reed. and Larry Reed. So I don't know. Nobody knows what's going on with this. So maybe this is some Hollywood move. Maybe he hopes he's getting the attention of Tyler Perry. I don't know, child. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Go over and check out King Jives. He just put a video up as well. And like I said, yesterday he was saying that about could not find a marriage license for them. And then, like I said, he interviewed with Fat Joe, and he said the people in his church got money and they're not necessarily broke or whatever you guys are trying to say. And it's not so much of the people in his church, it's the neighborhood that you have your church sitting in. You know, people really can, get you, right? They can get you, especially now that you have all this internet fame, talking all this talk, right? And it is what it is at this point. People have to learn how to humble themselves when it's necessary, and that's just what it is. That's how I see it. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments about all these stories. Do you think Wendy Williams is really married? Do you think she married to the police officer? I feel like if Wendy got married again, she would have announced that herself. That's what I think. I don't think she would have sent that news through Jason Lee. But Jason Lee is saying that he's going to talk about this some more on Hollywood Unlocked. Maybe he's going to invite Wendy on. So I don't know what's, it could be going on while I'm talking. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all these stories in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.